One of the positives that we've seen is, just the way Kendall Puryear's been playing. Her activity, I think it's now 4 of her last 5 games scoring 10 points or more. What have you liked, just with what she's done off the bench?
I think the game just slowed down for her. I think we are very conscious of trying to throw her the ball in good spots and give her some space to operate. But she's taking advantage of it. The one thing that she's done a lot better so far is rebound basketball. We challenge her to, obviously we won all the points, but we just challenge her to be a better defensive rebounder for us. And then she's been hungry on the offensive glass. So need all of it and a little bit more here down the stretch.
Just after having a chance to watch the film, anything stand out from Saturday?
Honestly, it was the first quarter, our defensive transition, spacing on the offensive end. I think we talked about that after the game. In the first quarter and really the first half, it got a little bit better towards the end of the second quarter there, or spacing on the offensive end. But, live ball turnovers, and then for whatever reason, we just were not getting back on transition. And Kenna normally is like the one that kind of points and directs everything, but we had her picking up Chloe, so that could have been an easy, something that we're not comfortable with, maybe. I don't know, because Kenna does a good job of directing traffic, and with her picking up the ball, we didn't really have that voice, and nobody really stepped up to do that.
Yeah, just as far as just the kind of turnovers that we're being forced. You feel like it's just a lack of. You think it's just hesitation, or
no? I think you want to give Indiana credit. First, they were pretty active in their gaps and getting hands on loose balls. But if we have better spacing, then it doesn't allow their gaps to be so effective. And in the second half, I thought our spacing was much better. But when you drive into a crowd and you're standing on top of each other, you don't space out to deep corners, or you don't move as the ball moves, then it plays right into a team like Indiana's hands.
Getting consistent offense from Dez and Reagan on Saturday, just what can that do moving forward for you guys?
Huge for us. Dez had kind of been in a little bit of a slump, but just to kind of see the ball go through the net, albeit late in the game, she still hits a 3 and kind of sees the ball go through the net. And then I thought it was one of Reagan's, better games in a long time. She was very active. She was really good on the defensive end. And moving into tomorrow, a team like Minnesota, if we can take advantage of Reagan on the block, and then she can guard on the perimeter like she did on Saturday, it'll help us tremendously.
On the opposite token, what do you feel like this team can maybe do a better job of to get Ella free and get her some better looks?
I think it's on Ella, it's on me, it's on the team to kind of find her. We didn't do a good enough job of screening for her off the ball, but then we challenge her all the time, and a shot from her is never a bad shot. So. We didn't do a good enough job, but the kid is battling through some tough back pain, and Saturday was probably one of her worst days, and how she felt, just really couldn't move. I think no one's more frustrated than she is, in terms of I think her mind knows what she wants to do, but her body's just not following through right now. So the idea just to kind of not force it on Saturday with minutes played, and then she took yesterday off. We were light with her. She took Sunday off. We were light with her yesterday and try to give her enough reps to find some rhythm back for Wednesday. But a kid that's just been tough and playing through a lot of pain for us.
Saturday, you kind of talked about the illnesses and wanting to get healthy over these few days.
Everybody was in practice yesterday. We limited Ella's reps just from a body standpoint, but in terms of the sickness and the health, I think there's light at the end of the tunnel, and everybody's starting to feel back to normal.
Speaking of just Sophie, and her being one of those shot makers, also had 5 turnovers. Are you looking at some of these turnovers and saying, okay, you know what, this was a directive to try to make a play, as opposed to
some of hers were trying to force things to with not bad intentions, right? Like trying to create a play. A couple of them were just silly, cross court passes against a really good defensive team. But I don't think None of us is out there. We're not all trying to turn the ball over on purpose, right? We're not trying to miss shots. We're we're trying to do our best to get Purdue to win. And it came down to spacing. When we had good spacing on the offensive side, good things happened for us, whether it was an attack from Sophie, an open shot, or room inside for KP in the low post or whatnot. But it comes down to spacing, and against a team like Minnesota, very gap oriented, make you score from the outside. So if we can learn from our game on Saturday and kind of translate what we did in the second half, we're gonna have to do it for all 40 to have a chance tomorrow.
What have you seen in practice in terms of just them, executing the scout and getting ready for Minnesota?
Yeah, it's our record is what it is, and not one day do we, I come down here and see a team that's, kind of thrown in the towel or given up or pouted, or, a team that's still committed to working and, trying to find a way to get better and win a ball game on Wednesday. And, Scout was good yesterday. Didn't have a lot of guys, so we were able to kind of go against ourselves and break things down to what Minnesota likes to do. But, I credit, Reagan, Ella, Maury, Des for their ability to lead a young group in a really, really tough spot. Practices are still fun, and they work hard, and they're not, like I said, like they haven't thrown in the towel, and I credit the four of them, for their leadership through that.
Reagan, it seems like one of those kids that just doesn't, her body language doesn't seem to really waver. What's something that, you feel like these younger, freshmen, sophomores are going to be able to, take away from Reagan, and, seeing her also, the peering I saw that she was working with Stevens, but, kids like that who...
Well, I think, it's all four of them, really. And, we told them that we needed some people to come in here and lead our young kids, and maybe it's not translating to wins right now for us, but KP, Lana, Jordy, Spider, Kenna, Sophie, like those guys are going to be better next year and the year after because of the way they've been led this year, and they're going to know how to lead the younger kids, as they get older, and maybe we'll see the true value of those four people long after they're gone. But it's been a joy for me because I see it every day in the locker room and every day in practice, and trying to figure out how we can win a few more games down the stretch to prolong their basketball careers as long as we can.
Coach, got to ask two more questions from me. One of your former players, Jenna Sullivan, just won NCC Coach of the Year, taking a school locally that was last year 4-20. It was the largest turnaround in Indiana this year from a wins perspective. What do you have to say about Jenna?
Just super proud of her. Not at all surprised. I think I've said it multiple times. Like one of the most competitive people I've ever coached. She was a pain, in a great way to coach because she just wanted to win so badly. And she did whatever we asked of her. And I think that's probably translated into how she coaches, that, her players see that, she's asking them to do hard and tough and difficult things, but knowing that she went through it and then that she's right there alongside of them, really, really proud of 2-4.
And last question, what's the cure to the Indiana cold?
What's the cure to it?
Yeah, what's the cure to what's
Bundle up.
What's your remedy?
Bundle up. A lot of gloves, hats. My dog doesn't go to the bathroom unless she's on a leash, so it's been a lot of freezing walks. But probably I spoiled her like that. Just bundle up the best you can. Yeah, if you have any old COVID masks, maybe you throw those on too to protect the face. Yeah.
All right, Coach. Thanks, man.
All right,
Appreciate you.